Yo, 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 yo. What is good, guys? It is your boy Persona, Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks podcast. Oh, I got the wrong. Yo, I've got the wrong thing up. I forgot to change my picture from my overlay. But yo, guys, what's good, man? Your boy Persona. Shout out to Buck Rogers in the building. Shout out to T Mang Fu in the building. Shout out to my boy PlayStation 5 Ultimate Gaming Console. Damn, that is one hell of a name. I cannot lie. Jamar, what's good, man? What's good, man? Appreciate all y'all coming through, man. Early, yo, support gaming in the building. What is good? What is going on? Yo, man. What do you say? Getting the 11.9 DQ takes 11. Takes a while, but go where enemies are strong. Yeah, Fox 3. Yeah, I've been using this level up trick that I picked up on YouTube. Because I was doing I was fighting the strongest enemies and getting XP, but I'm like, it's got to be a faster way to do this, and I found a quicker way. Yo, Big Valley in the building. Yo, tell me what you know about that Max B Big Valley. Let me know, man. Yo, J767 was good. Yo, Vanny Pan in the building. Oh, that's a day one. Yo, guys, listen. Vanny Pan. I call him Vanny Pan. Yo, Vanny Pan. Yo, man, that's a day one, guys. He been supporting the channel for a minute. Vanny Pan, what's good with you, bro? What's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming through. And I couldn't waste no time. I could not waste no time. I had to get this podcast up and running because, yo, PlayStation is the king. Yo, my boy Sick Humor in the building. That's my boy Sick. Make sure y'all check out my boy Sick Humor channel, man. Shout out to my boy Sick, man. I can't wait till he do his podcast talking about the DualShock and everything, because I know he gonna go in. So make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Sick Humor TV, because, man, he goes in when it comes to the content. But, guys, I know you, before we get into anything, I know you probably like, Persona, where you at? Yo, man, I've been on my gaming, man. I've been on my gaming tip, man. I'm working on this. For those that don't know, I've been working on this Dragon Quest 11. I've been playing this heavy. This is all I've been playing for the past, I want to say, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now. I love the game. I've got about 97 hours into the game, and we're gonna talk about game length in a little while. So make sure you guys stick around for that. But I'm loving the game. I'm going for the platinum. I haven't finished the story yet, but I'm pretty much at the end, where I gotta fight the last two bosses, and that's it. But the game is fire. The game is amazing. I love it. The game is amazing. So if you follow the channel, if you check the channel content, I've been putting up all the boss fights, and I'm gonna probably do a review of the game once I'm done, and I get the platinum and everything. I'm probably gonna do a review and kind of talk about my likes, dislikes, all that stuff. But yeah, man, that's all I've been playing. So let's jump straight into it, man. Yo, PlayStation are the kings. They are the kings and queens of petty. Yo, man, listen, it's a regular day. I'm out here in New York. We working from home. So I'm working from home. So, it's a regular day. I'm doing work on the computer. I happen to check my phone, right? I look at my phone and I just see all these. I see all these I see all these PlayStation controller pictures, and I'm like, these are some mock-ups, whatever. I was like, what? It looked good though, but I'm like, whatever. This ain't nothing, right? So then I start seeing a little bit. I started seeing a little bit more, and I'm like, my timeline's flooded. So I'm like, you know what? Let me check PlayStation's Twitter. Let me see what's going on. It's a Tuesday, a regular day. It's quiet. I'm waiting on Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's a regular day, right? I checked PlayStation Twitter. Oh! They threw your boy the confirmation. I said, wait a second. PlayStation, you telling me you're validating my excitement right now. So you're telling me that this controller that's floating around the internet is from you directly, and it looked clean. So PlayStation, you validate my excitement. So I'm excited, right? So I immediately get excited, and I'm like, hold up, this is official? Oh, the first thing I did was go to my well, not my work computer, but went to my home computer, and I had to get the podcast ready, because I said I gotta talk to my peoples about this. We gotta talk about it together, guys. We gotta have a conversation. You feel me? We gotta have a conversation. So I'm excited, and I said this on Twitter, and I will say it here, even though at the beginning of the year, because I know it's people can be like, oh, Persona, but earlier in the year you were saying that PlayStation was too quiet, and I stand by my statements back then. Yes, at that time PlayStation was quiet, but as of like once the Corona and all that stuff, the Rona started hitting the States, and it started sweeping and stuff like that, I kind of dialed back on being mad that they were quiet, because I'm like, yo, this virus is really serious. So I understand. I immediately shifted, like, all right, PlayStation's quiet. Now this hit, so this definitely put a dampening in their rollout initially, as we can see with the whole Mark Cerny video when that came out. So I dialed back a bit, but I still felt like, you could throw us a little something. You feel me? PlayStation, we've been getting a lot of bad news lately. Last of Us delayed. Ghost of Tsushima might be delayed too. We don't know yet. PlayStation guys, we've been getting a lot of news that just, I ain't gonna lie, man, it's been having me in my feels where I'm just like, what is going on, PlayStation? I mean, thank God that we got Final Fantasy VII coming out this week. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. If Final Fantasy VII would have gotten delayed, man, oh boy, you would have had to call the Avengers to calm me down. Because, I am so serious. Like, no, like, we're not going to accept that. But we good. Sam was good, man. Appreciate you coming to. Ain't nobody telling me PS4 controller the exact same as the PS5 controller. Nah, this is different. Cyber Dragon in the building. Cyber was good. I wouldn't have been depressed. Vanny, if they would have delayed Final Fantasy VII again because of the whole thing that's going on in America right now, man, I'd have been so pissed off, man. Like, y'all killing. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving Dragon Quest 11, and that's definitely, sucking my time away, but I would have been pissed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But what am I talking about? Let's get into what we're gonna talk about. Let me share my screen with y'all. There we go. Oh, hold up. One second. There we go. I like to make everything nice, and there we go. So guys, today, PlayStation came through with the facts. Man. With the facts. They said, listen, we got y'all. We know y'all want some stuff. We got you. And PlayStation did just that. And look, can we just talk about hold up. Can we just talk about how PlayStation can easily set the internet on fire? Can we talk about that? Like, just look at the numbers, man. This was what, 4 o'clock? We had 6 o'clock, so 2 hours. 158K likes, 50,000 retweets. Listen, guys. PlayStation, I said on my Twitter, PlayStation is always on time. They're always on time. As much as I complain about them, taking too long, they always on time. And then what's today? Is it today Inside Xbox? When I see that, I was like, wait a minute. PlayStation, they petty with it. They said, listen, you can show your little mini fridge. You can do all that, man. We ain't worried about that. We got this. We're gonna show you how much pull we got. We're just gonna throw y'all the controller. We gonna throw y'all the controller. Let y'all have that. See how y'all deal with it. And the community ate it up. They gobbled it up. Yum, 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 yum. So let's talk about it. So they gave us the first look. First off, I'm a little... at first, I'm like, DualSense? I'm telling you guys, I thought this was bullshit at first. Like, the fuck? I'm like, what is a DualSense? But it's official. And it makes sense about the DualSense. Pun intended. So the DualShock 5 is called the DualSense. Now I don't know if it's going to be called DualSense 5 or just I'm assuming it's just going to be called DualSense because this is the first of its kind. So I don't know if it would make sense to call it the DualShock 5. So yeah, it's called the DualSense, and we're gonna show that picture real quick. And that's how it looks. We're gonna dissect how it looks in the aesthetic in a second. I just want to go to the article because I want to talk about the article real quick. So shout out to my boy, Senior VP, Hideki Nishino. Yeah, Hideki Nishino. I watch a lot of anime and I'm fucking up these Japanese names. Let me stop. So PlayStation out the gate said we've reached an exciting milestone with PlayStation 5 as we're starting to ship our new controller in its final design to developers who are implementing its unique features into their games. Which means, again, guys, developers are working on games for the PS5. And the way it sounds, at least out the gate, we're going to be getting games that's going to take advantage of this controller and what it's got. But first, we want everyone in the PlayStation community to get a first look at the DualSense wireless controller and hear our vision for how the new controller will captivate more of your senses as you interact with the virtual worlds in PlayStation 5. The features of the DualSense, along with PlayStation 5 Tempest 3D audio tech, will deliver a new feeling of immersion to players. Listen, if you've been following this channel for a long time, I'm big on immersion. You feel me? Things that, when the game does a good job of like pulling you in, I love that. And the idea of building a controller around adding to that, I can appreciate it. I can. So they talk about, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read like the important stuff, because I know you guys don't want to sit here and read the whole damn thing. So let's talk about, here we go. So after thoughtful consideration, we decided to keep much of what gamers love about DualShock 4 intact. I'm very grateful of that because, to this day, I definitely do think that the DualShock 4 is the best controller on the market. Like, it's very, very versatile. And again, that share button is a very, very, very innovative controller. Share button is very innovative. While also adding new functionality and refining the design. Based on our discussion with developers, we've included that the sense of touch within gameplay, much like audio, hasn't been a big focus for many games. We had a great opportunity with PlayStation 5 to innovate by offering game creators the ability to explore how they can heighten the feeling of immersion throughout our new controller. This is why we've adopted haptic feedback, which adds a variety of powerful sensations you feel when you play, such as the slow grittiness of driving a car throughout the mud. We also incorporated adaptive triggers into the L2, R2 buttons of the DualSense so that you can truly feel the tension of your actions when you're drawing a bow to shoot an arrow. So I want to stop right there and talk about this part. Right. Oops. I want to talk about this part here. Because this part is definitely this is the part that I'm definitely like, especially as someone that plays a lot of like first person shooters. Because I'm not too worried about like adventure games, open world games, and all those different things. I'm not really too worried about that. I'm more so, I don't want to say worried, but this is the part of it where I really want to get my hands on the, like, this makes me want to get my hands on a controller even more, just because, I play a lot of shooters like Call of Duty and stuff like that. And when it comes to the triggers, like, I wonder if how the trigger feel, like, it'll feel like I'm assuming it'll feel like you're actually, pulling the trigger of a gun when you're playing first person shooters and things like that. But I wonder if the like the haptic feedback and all that stuff, if that's going to really affect affect how you can, like, affect, like, when you're getting shot or when you're shooting and you're feeling that, like, judderness of the gun. I'm hoping, Vanderpan said you could turn it off. That's the first time I heard. That's cool though. I'm hoping you could turn it off, or you can adjust the sensitivity, or adjust how aggressive the feedback and how aggressive the adaptive triggers are. Just because in first person shooters, I definitely don't want, like, the adaptiveness of that, and how aggressive that is. I don't want that to affect my aiming or affect how I shoot and stuff like that. Like, one thing, like, about the PlayStation 4 controller, I love the PS4 controller when it comes to shooters, but I'm so used to using scuffs, just because scuffs are a little bit, it's got, like, the back buttons, because the way realistically, it's because of the way I play. Like, I use the back paddles for, like, jump shot, going prone, all those different things, running and all that. So, that's my main reason for using scuffs, because of the versatility. But with this PlayStation controller, just based off how it looks, it definitely looks a lot bulkier. So it looks like it kind of, not a lot more bulkier, but it looks like it's got a little thickness to it. So I'm hoping that, and I'm assuming that's because of all the technology that they have in the controller. So I'm hoping when it comes to first person shooters, I can adjust the aggressiveness of how the controller is in terms of those features. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to play with when I get the controller. The first game I'm definitely going to want to try is first person shooters with those type of features activated, just so that I can see if having these features up to max, how does it feel when you dial it back. Like, if they're really able to give you the ability to really customize how the controller reacts to wherever you are in the environment when it comes to these games, it's really going to make a huge difference. And really, I definitely feel like that will add to the immersion. So I'm that portion of it, I'm definitely really, really excited for. And again, PlayStation, they're innovating. They're trying to provide, one thing I like is that they're really trying to provide a new experiences for gamers to kind of heighten that experience. Because again, their exclusives are definitely, like, top notch. So, and they definitely pull you in, they make you feel and stuff like that. So adding to that outside of the game, I feel like can have a positive impact just based off how they do it. Oops, what am I doing? So then let's talk about the design and the build. This is definitely what I wanted to read to you guys. So it says this provided us with an exciting challenge to design a new controller that builds off of the current generation while taking into account the new features we were adding. For example, with adaptive triggers, we had to consider how the components would fit into the hardware without giving it a bulky feel. Our design team worked closely with our hardware engineers to place the triggers and actuators. The designers were then able to draw the lines of how the exterior of the controller will look and feel, with the challenge of making the controller feel smaller than it really looks. In the end, we changed the angle of the hand triggers and also made some subtle updates to the grip. We also took thoughtful consideration into the ways to maintain a strong battery life with DualSense's rechargeable battery and to lessen the weight of the controller as much as possible as the new features were added. I think with them putting an emphasis on trying to make the controller as light as possible, I definitely do think that the controller is going to be, I think it's going to be heavier for sure. It's definitely going to be heavier than the PlayStation 4, right? The PlayStation 4's controller. I get they're trying to make it as light as possible, but you know, you can't put this much tech into stuff like this and expect it to be as light as a feather. And with using the Scuff and using the Astro C40 controller, which is the Astro C40 controller is a much bigger, bulkier, it's heavier. It's definitely got some weight to it. And when I first started using it, it was a slight adjustment, but I got used to it like within that same day, where I'm like, like this is cool. And it's funny because for me at least, having that extra weight, it gave me this sense of reassurance when using the controller. It sounds weird, I know, because the Astro C40 ended up becoming my everything controller until it kind of messed up, where like I was using it for shooters, using it for regular games, like, fighters, like whatever. And it was heavier, but I got used to it. Like, I don't know, like the heaviness it gave me that reassurance. I definitely, based off what they're saying here, I understand that they're trying to make the controller lighter, but I definitely do feel like it's definitely going to have a little bit more weight than a PS4 controller. And to me, again, I think that's perfectly fine. At least for me, I don't want my controllers feeling too light. Just because, I don't know, like, I don't know, I like a little heaviness, a little weight on the controller. You feel me? And again, I love that they're reassuring that what makes the PlayStation 4 controller so great is also coming over to the PS5 and then some. Like, I like that, because, the last thing you want to deal with, or the last thing, you want to see, especially as a gamer, you taking features away, or you taking this away. So I love that they're staying true to what makes them great. Which again, I love. And then this last part. So for buttons, you'll notice there's no longer a share button, as we had with the DualShock 4. Don't worry, it's not going away. In fact, we've built upon the success of our industry's first share button to bring you a new Create button feature. With Create, we're once again pioneering new ways for players to create epic gameplay content to share with the world, or just to enjoy for themselves. We'll have more details on this feature as we get closer in the launch. So right here, I don't have I don't have my mouse showing. Hold up, let me see if I can fix that. Hold on, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Where is it? Blah, blah, blah. On my window. 1 second. I want to add the mouse. I forgot I took it away. Properties. Capture cursor. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. So you see, like right here, that's obviously going to be the capture button. I like it. It's perfect position. It's got the little lines going through it. My whole thing with the share, I love the share. Like, the share button is definitely my favorite one of my favorite features, if not one of my favorite features of all time. Honestly, my favorite features for the PlayStation 4 when it comes to giving the player the ability to seamlessly share their content, again, on social media, on YouTube. You can stream like that. Like, it's very streamlined. Honestly, one of the most innovative and next gen features we've ever seen, in my opinion. The fact that they're expanding upon that, again, that excites me. Because again, the share button and having those features being as great as they are now, there's definitely things that could be added on. There's things that can be improved, more streamlined and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what comes of that. But again, having the share button there, knowing that it's there, or the create button, as we're gonna call it now, the create, which I think with them renaming it create, I think that's definitely supposed, that'll give us a little hint that, giving the player, I mean, because you got Share Factory where you can create like videos and create like different types of mashups. Like I know people that create like some really awesome content through Share Factory. I think I think with the PS5 we're definitely going to see that expounded upon exponentially, which again I'm very, very excited about. So let's look at the controller. Oh yeah, and it's got DualSense. It also adds a built-in microphone for players to chat easily without a headset. I gotta be honest, I gotta hear it first, because I more than likely won't be using the on-controller microphone, just because I've got a million headsets sitting in my house, so I don't really see myself using that per se. Plus, it depends. I guess if you can plug in like some regular headphones that don't have a mic, and then use the controller as a mic, like if you don't feel like getting up or wearing like a big bulky headset or something like that. But I've got too many mics to be using a controller, built-in mic, so I'm not gonna be using that. I'm gonna be honest with you. So let's look at the controller. I definitely want to look at the controller. Let's dissect this. Now we've read the article. We got the boring stuff out the way. Let's dissect this. So everybody in chat, let me know. Do you like how you digging the controller? How you like the color? How you like the ergonomics, the size, the positioning of the colors? Let me know what your thought is while we talk about this. All right, so first thing I notice, and if you got a PS4, and I'm sure everybody here has a PS4. If you look at your PlayStation 4 controller, you'll see that this right here, the little PlayStation logo, it's like a button, like a button with the PlayStation logo in it. Which that's fine, but here I'm digging. I'm hoping that this right here is the button that you press to turn on the console, because that would just be fire. But I do like how we've got like an actual PlayStation carved out button now that you can actually touch, and it's the PlayStation. That's official. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really digging that. Like when I first looked at the controller, yo, we got my boy Jay Barry in the building. Yo, Barry, what's good, bro? What's good, man? What's good? Matter of fact, what am I doing, man? Yo, if any of y'all want to come in and talk about the controller, what am I doing? Let me not be selfish. Hold up, boys. Hold up. If any of y'all want to come in, talk about the controller, feel free. I'm in the chat if y'all want to come through. But yo, my boy Barry in the building. Shout out to my boy Barry. Let me put the link in the chat too. Hold up. Let me invite y'all if y'all want to come through. Copy. Hold up. Y'all could come through. Y'all want to come through, talk about the controller and whatnot. Y'all can do that. But here we go.
Yo,
there go my boy Barry in the building. There go my boy Barry. You MIA, boy. That boy Barry out there MIA.
Yo, man.
You got the community looking for you, boy. You got to put that content out. What to speak from the heart.
Yo, I put up a stream the other day, man. I was doing RPG mode for Grand Blue Fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's
But
good,
yo,
though, man?
Yo, bro.
Introduce yourself, man.
Yo, what's good, guys? The best list on YouTube.
There you go.
Yo, my bad if I sound a little shy. I'm not on my computer because my modem, it actually like just went out. It just conked out. So I'm actually gotta wait for my internet service provider. Tomorrow I'll schedule a appointment so they give me a new modem.
Okay.
So I'm on my phone right now. But yo, man,
talk about it.
Yo, listen, bro. So today I didn't have no internet, so I couldn't remote.
Oh, Barry, they say your mic is low. Hold up. Let me turn you up. All right. I turned them up, so he should be a little bit louder now. If y'all want to come through, man, y'all come through. Barry, you there? Oh no, I think Barry. Yeah, I think he having mic issues. Yeah, Barry having mic issues. Oh no, when you ain't got that when you ain't got that PC, man, things go left. He probably Barry, you probably gotta leave and come back. Yo, Dragon Sword in the building. Dragon Sword, what's good, bro?
So this is not called the DualShock 5, apparently.
Nah, it's DualSense, and not even a number. It's just DualSense. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man.
This is Dragon Sword 15. I guess X sort of YouTuber, at least for now. Yeah, just coming in, joining in.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. So what you think about the controller, man?
I mean, I just actually recently checked it. I actually haven't been able to, I guess, check the phone news, I think, on this. So it's largely similar to the DualShock they added in. I forgot. I'm pretty sure a couple like key advanced features that I'm like forgetting that are in. I'm pretty sure that you'll like. You already mentioned them, or you're about to?
Yeah. I read it off the article before we dissect the controller.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that boy Chris Righteous in the building. Oh, yo, we got the Final Fantasy VII boys out here, boy.
Yeah. I saw you live streaming. I was like, oh, and then you put a link to your Discord. I was like, oh, I gotta join right away. But how's everybody going, man? How's everybody doing?
Yo,
pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yo, fellas, can we agree that PlayStation is always on time with the news?
Yo, PlayStation.
Let me switch
PlayStation, they're a little petty, man. They're a little petty.
Yo, they definitely petty.
Yo, cause I really feel like this Inside Xbox is gonna be trash anyway. I didn't watch it yet, but I felt like it's gonna be trash. And from what I've seen on Twitter, a lot of people are a little disappointed with it.
No, it was. I was watching it with Smooth. We were live streaming it, and yeah, it was definitely trash.
Yeah, they ain't show like no.
But yo, the first glimpse of the controller, like I don't know where I got cut off at. But the first glimpse of the controller, I was like, "What is this? Like, did they make the design a little bit too big?" But then I started reading everything, and I saw the side view, and I saw more views. I was like, "Yo, this looks pretty cool." I like the two-tone thing as well, because the DualShock always had the two-tone with the DualShock 4, but you know, a lot of people don't really notice the back like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it a lot, man. And one thing I was looking for, because I was like, wait, I don't see like a share button. But they did have an article. They did have a paragraph specifically dedicated, like, yeah, we understand the share, and they let y'all know we innovated this first.
Facts.
But we're gonna innovate some more, and we're gonna call it create. So yo, the share is gonna be even more better. Like one thing people don't understand with the share button is not just okay, let me save your clip here. It's like, yo, I can go into here and I can edit the clip, then I can share it out. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely want to see like the ideas that they come up with the whole create button and all that, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. As long as the share functionality is still there, which they said is there, I'm Gucci. And yo, inbuilt mic. What is going on?
It sounds good, but I gotta test that out for myself, man. Cause
oh yeah, that's going mute. You see the mute button right there?
Oh yeah. That's definitely going on mute. But I was talking about the actual PlayStation symbol being etched into the controller in the front.
I like that.
That's the first thing I noticed when I looked at the controller. I was like, now this is fire. This is
it makes
clean.
It unique.
Yeah. This is
button. It's a button, but it's prettier.
Yeah, it definitely looked clean. What you think, Chris, of the controller?
Yo, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yo, this looks dope, man. Like this looks dope, and I already knew that as soon as I started looking on Twitter, I was going to see some people hating it. And, you know, of course, you saw some of the haters, but a lot of people saying that they like it. I definitely like the two-tone colors. I know some people prefer all black. And, yeah, I understand the whole all black thing. You know, it's plain and simple. It goes with everything, wherever you put it. But sometimes you gotta switch it up, man. Sometimes you gotta add a little bit of flavor and color, and this looks like what it's doing. Um, it's this design actually surprised me because I thought that they were just gonna go with like the DualShock 4 again, but obviously a little bit more refined. This is like the most different that a Sony controller has looked, you know what I mean, since the PS1, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And I think it looks really, really good, man. I can't wait. It looks very how do you say the word, ergonomics,
Yeah,
you know what I
ergonomic.
mean? And yeah, so hopefully it feels great, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It looks pretty big and heavy, but I don't really think it's going to be heavy at all. I think it's going to be light.
I think it's
So
gonna be heavier than the PS4 controller for sure because they're putting a lot of stuff in this controller. But like
yeah.
super heavy, I definitely don't think so. What do you guys? Oh, Dragon Soul, you was saying something about the controller too?
I'm actually curious about the button under the PS symbol, like what that actually is gonna end up being.
I think that's the mute button.
Yeah, it had a mute.
Oh, that's the mute button.
It
Okay.
had a mic was like the with a slash through it, like the mute mic.
Yeah,
The same one you have right now on Discord. It had
yeah,
that same exact symbol.
yeah. I think that's the mute mic button. Yo, can we talk about? Is it me or do the analogs look a little bit more spaced out? Is it me? Cause I'm looking at my PS4 controller, and I'm looking at this controller, and the analogs look just a tad bit more like it's a little separation going on. You feel me? I like it. Like the button placements look good. I like the position of the light bar too, because it's not. I feel like it's just going to be like a little light line, like a line of light. That's it, which I can appreciate. And obviously, they still got the touchpad there. It's all white, but it's still there. Um, what colors would you guys? Do you think that the black and white is the right color to show off the controller with? And two-part question: do you think that the PS5, the PS5 first console that comes out, is gonna be all white? Anybody can go first.
Yeah. Like I said, like I like the color scheme. Like I I don't have a problem with it. Matter of fact, I have I have a white PS4 controller right now that I use that kind
Facts.
of looks like this. You know what I mean? It's all white, and then the middle pad is black and anything like that. So I so yeah, to me it looks fine. I know some like I said before, some people just prefer an all black style, which I'm pretty sure they'll have. As far as the console being all white, I think that would be dope, man. I think that would be dope. I mean, like I
I
said,
think we
like
getting a two-tone console. We're getting a two-tone console for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's probably gonna be two tones, but I mean, you're probably gonna get a different color scheme. You're probably gonna get one that's like, mostly white with black, two tones, or one mostly black with white, or an all black, you know. Like to me, it's not gonna matter, man. As long as the console looks sleek, but even if it doesn't look
The
sleek,
thing
it's
is,
not gonna
Chris.
matter.
The thing is, Chris is like normally the controller, it complements the actual console. Like they will match. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's true.
you might be right. We might get like a white and black like console. You know what I mean?
I'm
Or it
digging
might
that
have a little
though.
Yeah,
blue accent. Yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah.
with it too.
When
I'm
an
with it too.
Oreo or a twin or a Hostess, snack or something like.
Yo, did
Yeah,
y'all see the edit with the all black the controller?
yeah. I did see that.
Yeah.
Let me show that.
There's
That
one with
look that
different
look
colors. Did you see
that
the
look
one with
dope.
I seen the red and black one too, which looks really, really good. I
matter of
did
fact,
see that
You
one.
I'll
know,
tag you.
which one I don't want? I don't want the all black one, but the actual buttons, like the square, the triangle, it
Yeah,
will have like the colors off those symbols. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that
yeah,
will look
yeah.
fire.
Yeah, I'm digging the color schemes that I saw look really good. Now, this wouldn't be a controller reveal or a controller thoughts without doing a comparison.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I got the PlayStation controller right here, which we saw, and then here is where is it? The Xbox Series X controller. Let's start with you, Bart. Just off looks, like we're just going straight up off, because obviously we haven't used either one.
Hey yo, Can I speak from the heart?
Yes, yo, of course you can.
Yo, Persona, I need to ask you a serious question.
Go ahead.
Can I speak from the heart, sir?
Of course you can speak from the heart, sir. Speak
Persona,
from the heart.
Can I keep it so NY like the boys that made PlayStation?
Keep it so NY, man, like the boys
You
that
already
made
know. Listen, I'm over here on Twitter. I'm on the Twitters. I'm clicking and clacking it. I'm clicking and clacking. They clicking and clacking back at me. I'm clicking and clacking. They clicking and clacking back at me. And I'm like, listen, stop. You guys are showing me an Xbox One Series X controller that took the functionality of the last gen's controller. Just because the DualShock 4, the DualSense, my bad, aka DualShock 5, has beefed up a little bit, doesn't mean they copied the Xbox One controller. They still have the parallel sticks. They still have the design just like the DualShock 4. The D-pad buttons are still the same. From what I look at, the triggers is the same way like the DualShock 4, just a little bit beefier because they added the whole haptic feedback to that stuff, right? That whole vibration stuff to it, right? So I'm like, yo, just because they got a bigger, beefier controller, from what they're saying, it's much lighter and all that stuff, doesn't mean that they copied it off Xbox. You got to look at it that Xbox is what copied PlayStation, where they actually call it the share button on the Xbox. PlayStation was like, listen, y'all copying my swag. You know what I mean?
Time to upgrade.
This is my drip. We gotta innovate. You know, we gotta step it up. And when you get like, remember back in high school, you got the J's first, you got the Jordans first, you got them joints like 2 days, a week early. Then all the other people start wearing them. He's like, you know what? These ain't even special no more. I'm about to just flip the script and get the other J's that's about to drop. You know what I mean? That's how PlayStation is right now. You know, I don't know if anybody wear Jordans back in the day, high school, but I was
definitely on it. I was definitely back then, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, yo, listen, there's one company that's copying one, and that's Microsoft copying PlayStation and their functionality with their damn controller.
Facts.
Okay? You know what I mean? Even Nintendo had to say, yo, PlayStation, can we get the drip real quick? You know what I mean?
Yo, listen. You know what's funny, bro? Yo, everyone took the drip from PlayStation, and then PlayStation straight up upgraded like, yo, we're not even a share. We want y'all creating.
Can you just read that paragraph where they talk about the create button for a second?
I got
read
you.
it out loud, please.
I got you.
Listen, I know this is your show. I know this is 1%.
Nah, yo, this our show, man. Listen, everybody.
Speak from the heart, man.
Speak from the heart, man.
I tagged you in those look on your Twitter.
On the colors, right? Yeah, I'm gonna show them in a second.
Yeah.
All right. So it says for the buttons, you'll notice there is no longer a share button as we had with the DualShock 4. Don't worry, it's not going away. In fact, we built upon the success of our industry first share button to bring you.
Read that again, Persona. Yo, listen. Yo, I just got a tingle. I got a spider sense. Read that again, please.
In fact, we've built upon the success of our industry first share button to bring you a new create button feature. With Create, we're once again pioneering new ways for players to create epic gameplay content to share with the world or just to enjoy for themselves.
Oh, shit. And you have these people on Twitter, clicking and clacking all day on Twitter, have the audacity. They have the audacity to talk about PlayStation can't be making shit. If you don't my bad, Chris. Go ahead, man. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I don't get the whole thing that the whole what looks like a copycat from the Xbox controller. Like I didn't see that at all. If anything, to me, it resembles a little bit of the Switch Pro controller. But if you actually pay attention to it, like the handles are more curved out versus the Xbox Series X or the Xbox One controller. It's more like a straight line.
This one curves, like it kind of curves a little bit, just a tiny bit to kind of wrap your hands almost.
Yeah.
Yo, see, my man Vic say, yo, Share Factory about to be something else. Listen, I'm telling you, what PlayStation about to do. Yeah, I think they what was PlayStation editing software?
Sony Vega.
Sony Vegas.
Bruh, they about to streamline that a little bit and make it much more easier for the console users to use it on. Yo, it's gonna be crazy. Because even SharePlay right now, the way that people don't even fully use SharePlay how we ship.
Hey, yo, SharePlay is one of the most slept on features, bro. Man, a game that you never played, and you get to play it from across the world. Come on, man.
Yeah, share. I'm talking about the share factory though, like the editing, the editing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
you
what
talking
you're
about
talking
share
about.
factory or share play?
You know, when
No,
you
shit
have
fact.
a share factory. My bad if I said share play, but
Okay, share
share
factory. Got it.
factory. Even Microsoft copied PlayStation with share play. You know what I mean? Like, it is. But how the editing is, it's simple. But yo, you can do so much from share factory that people don't really utilize it. Like my man Chris said, like it's crazy. So with this controller and with the PS5, the
Talking
better
mad
hardware,
slow.
you probably want to be a 4K, bruh. I can't wait, man. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yo,
But yo, for
it's
them to just drop this stuff today, it
out
is
of
a
the
little
blue
petty.
though, bro. Like no hype. They
Yeah,
just dropped it, man. That's the shit that's crazy. Yo,
they
who in
got
here?
their old swag back,
Yo,
man. You know what I
listen.
mean?
That's why I said PlayStation is always on time with the news. Yo, we got my boy Sarge 0079 in the building. Mr. Stealth himself. Yo, Sarge, what's good, man? Say what's up to the people. Give us your thoughts on the controller.
What y'all damn ponies doing in here?
Hey, man.
Give
We
me
stallions, man. Ain't no more ponies out here, man. I'm a stallion, man. I'm a big
Stallions and
boy.
Mustangs out
I'm a
here.
Y'all
stallion, boy.
out here. All right. We all stallions
Equestrians.
out here.
Yo, listen. Yo, there you go, Chris. But, Court, what's good, man? Glad to have you here, man. Give us your thoughts on this controller.
First off, I'm gonna need all their controllers from now on to be two-tone. I know people gonna want that straight black, but look, that two-tone
Facts.
did something to me. I seen it, and I was like, look, I don't care when the PlayStation 5 come out. Can I have this sucker right now?
Yeah, the
Like,
two-tone
I
nice.
just want it in my hands right now.
Yeah, the two-tone nice. What do you think about like the article and the features and stuff like that?
The article, because I did get to read it while I was being an essential worker at work today.
Oh Lord.
I did get to read some of it. I got a feeling they kind of took a little bit from Nintendo with the whole touch system that they got going on, with the haptic feedback that resembles where you can get contours out of objects and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, I'll accept that if somebody from Nintendo says something. I'll be like, yeah, I can have that. It's whatever. But they had already said they were planning on doing it.
Mm.
The yes, you can play basketball. Go on, baby. The adjustable triggers, I'm liking that. That gives people options now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for me, if I want to, play something like GT, I can have that sucker be a little bit more not as sensitive on the trigger, so I can get that kind of right throttle to brake ratio going on.
Mm-hmm.
And for Bari, I know he gonna use it for the shooter, so he can have a hair trigger at all times.
Yo, listen, I was just talking about that earlier. Like, I hope the fact that you can, as long as you can adjust it, first person shooter is about to be on another level. Like,
yep,
I'm with it.
So, I'm all here for it. I just want to see what this whole create feature is about to be talking about now. Since we were like, hey, we started this trend of sharing, now we're gonna start this trend of creating.
Yeah.
Like, all right, PlayStation, I hear y'all.
Now I gotta ask you the important question, Court.
Mm-hmm.
We see what the PlayStation 5 controller is gonna look like, the DualSense, and we see the Xbox Series X controller. Which one you feeling more, man? Which one you digging, man? Speak from the heart.
Honestly, I'm still gonna rock PlayStation just because I like my analogs to be parallel instead of offset. It's just something about it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, people be like, "Oh, it looks like an Xbox controller." 'Cause I looked on Facebook and all I see is, "Oh, it's an Xbox controller. Oh, it's an Xbox controller." It was like, I don't know what Xbox controller y'all been using. I mean, does it borrow a little bit of the shape? Yeah. But other than that, it's like, nah, this ain't no Xbox controller. Even just looking at the profile, because Down on the bottom of any Xbox controller, anybody that owns an Xbox One or just has a dang controller because they use it on PC can tell you right off the bat the handles of the controller are still too damn thin to be an Xbox controller.
The Xbox controller.
Because an Xbox controller doesn't have that much room on the damn bottom.
Yeah, that thing thick at the bottom. Y'all see that? That thing thick.
That, in fact, because I'm doing my own little comparison right now. Because I got the controller, actually, it fits the same goddamn profile as a DualShock 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like the exact same goddamn profile as a DualShock 4. It just looks more chunky.
Yeah, because they added all these sensory stuff. It can read your heartbeat. You know.
Yeah, it's doing everything. It's doing a lot, which is
so.
It's got me that much more excited.
Can I ask you a serious question though?
Yeah.
Would this be using like AA batteries?
Oh no! Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back to the article, man. Y'all ain't see. They confirm. Hold on. Where is it? They said.
I'm just asking for a friend because he said that he prefers AA. So I just want to know.
Bullshit. It says it says we also took a thoughtful consideration into ways to maintain a strong battery life for the DualSense's rechargeable battery. Hold on, let me rechargeable battery.
It's a USB Type C, I think.
Yeah. Rechargeable.
Wait, did you
battery.
just say Type C?
Rechargeable. Rechargeable battery.
Oh, no AA.
No AA. None of that. No.
Okay.
Hey,
we in next gen.
That man said a key word right there. He said Type C.
Yeah, it's right here, the Type C.
Mm-hmm. We about to get some fast charging ass controllers in.
Mm-hmm. Look, this thing look nice in the back. That thing is nice.
Yo, I like the light bar, how it's positioned. Like it's in front of you now, similar to how the new DualShock was. But now it's just like it just look more futuristic. Like it's on the both sides of the touchpad. That junk is fire.
Yeah,
but Barry, didn't I tell y'all when they first had the little patents up for how the controller was gonna look? I said they ain't get rid of that light bar. It's just integrated
the light bar personally makes sense to me because like I said, I have my nieces them all over the time, so when they play, I can say, okay, you're going to use this color controller, you're using red, you're using green, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And also I like it when certain games that it indicates your health status, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it changes color based off like what you're doing or what area and stuff like that. It's a cool little feature.
A lot of people.
Oh no, I think we lost Barry again.
Oh no, they don't got Barry. No.
Yo, Chris, I'm glad you're here because
not me too.
we gonna transition into this Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, but we need Barry here. Though.
Yo, I need Barry here. I need Barry here. No. We ain't talking about spoilers or nothing like that, Court. This is strictly about. I haven't even played the game yet, so I can't talk about no spoilers or nothing.
No, but Chris, I want you to lay the smackdown on these motherfuckers out here.
Yo,
if you will, please,
my boy Chris, I've been seeing, man. My boy Chris been in these streets letting folks know, like, look, 30 hours, get your shit straight. Yo, Barry be back in a second because I know he gonna want to talk about this too. But we can start with you, Chris, because I definitely want your thoughts on this. So let me put this into perspective. The reviews came out for Final Fantasy VII Remake. We all know we all know that this is just Midgar. Okay, let's get that straight. This is just Midgar, and like I've been saying, Chris and Barry with his many streams talking about all the trailers of Final Fantasy VII have constantly, and the developers themselves has said this game has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it will all make sense, and it will all follow a proper pattern. They said that a million times.
That's what the reviewers are saying too. They say, "Yo, it makes sense now why they doing it."
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, what I was saying is that I know a lot of people act too cool for school when they talk about like gaming stuff. Like, oh, the light bar. Who don't want to talk about? We're too cool to talk about a light bar. But nah, it was always a cool feature for me, honestly, because I like the fact that it shows your health. Like, I was playing Resident Evil 2 finally,
Yeah.
and it shows my health on Resident Evil 2. I was like, oh damn, it's pretty cool right here, man. You know what I mean? So
I
just
never minded.
just having
I never minded. Some people said it was. I've heard some people complain that it's distracting, but it was never distracting to me. I
It was
never
never
minded.
distracting for
yeah,
me, man.
because once they added the feature where you can dim it down, it was like crazy bright ass light no more.
Yeah,
You know, I dimmed down all my controllers.
yeah, same. So Barry and Chris are here. I'm excited. I want y'all to speak from the heart. I really want y'all to go in here. I'm so glad y'all here. So, like I was saying about Final Fantasy VII, the reviews came out. You got a lot of people that were mad that people were saying they completed the game in 30 hours, 35 hours. They were mad saying the game needs to be 100 hours at least, 80 hours, 200 hours. Then I seen a video today with IGN where they were saying that like some of the people that played the game were talking about, oh, you know, we played through the story and then we did some of the content, but not all of it. And we played through some of the Coliseum stuff and all this stuff, but not all. So they weren't so my whole thing is no one's doing everything in the game.
Yeah, they was steaming through the game. So
They steamed through the story.
So
Exactly.
Well, how much did they say they beat it in?
IGN, they were like 30 hours, 35 hours. One of them, the highest was 44 hours, and that he said that was with some side content, and that was with
like I listened to GameStop. GameStop said you're gonna be spending over 40 hours in the game. You know, and if they tell you don't skip
the hour is the Baco thing.
Well, people are mad about that, and what people don't understand is the original Final Fantasy game takes about 40, like story wise. Takes about 40, 50 hours.
This is what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, this is one thing. A lot of people don't play JRPGs.
Speak from the heart.
So they don't play JRPGs, so they don't understand like story length for the typical JRPGs is like 30, 35, 40 hours for typical JRPGs. They don't understand side missions. Yes. They don't understand side missions for JRPGs. Like, yes, you're gonna have those typical fetch quests. Yes, you're gonna have those grindy moments. That's what people do in a JRPG. They grind. A lot Persona. When people always talk about Persona,
I thought you were talking about me.
No. I'm talking about the
game. Yeah.
Persona is such a different archetype when it comes to a JRPG because it's more like a life sim.
And it's very restricting.
Yeah, like you're going to spend hours upon hours because you're going day by day in the game. You know what I mean? It's not like a typical JRPG. Persona have changed it since Persona 3, which I know a lot of people didn't play, but it's okay. You know what I mean? So Persona people always want to compare Persona. Oh, Persona I play 100 and some hours. Yeah, you're playing 100 some hours because you're playing a life sim from a certain time point to the next time point. You know what I mean? It's a different beat.
You're not just playing.
Not saying that Persona's not bad. Persona's great. Like I love Persona.
No, I'm not dissing Persona. I'm just saying that you're comparing a different archetype of a game. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're playing more a life sim and all that stuff. But Final Fantasy typically, has been those type of games where you're getting
30 to 40 hours,
and that's if you just going through the story. Like a traditionalist JRPG play, like how people normally would play a game, you're gonna be spending more than that because you're gonna be grinding. You're gonna want to get these materia leveled up, maxed out. You're gonna want to get these skills or these swords. So you know what I'm saying? They didn't even acute for those times there of doing those things. And I see people say, oh, but they added all this stuff to make it more grindy. No shit, Sherlock. It's a damn JRPG. You're gonna be grinding. Play a Dragon Quest game and see how you feel.
Yo, let me. I was gonna talk about that just now, bro. Yo, I'm Dragon Quest 11, right? Because I was like, yo, I need something. Like after I forgot what other game I played, but after I played that game, I was like, I need something to really tide me down until Final Fantasy VII. And I was like, let me start breaking into these JRPGs. I still got quite a few, like Tales of fucking, not Zestiria. What's the Vestiria? Tales of Vestiria. I still need to finish. Like a ton of RPGs I need to like finish and play. So I was like, let me start with Dragon Quest 11 because that's the one that I'm definitely feeling the most right now. Yo, I ended up starting over from the beginning because I forgot everything, and I wasn't that far anyway. So I was like, let me just start over. Bro, I'm at 100 hours in this game. I'm grinding levels.
Bro,
my character
you're at 100 hours in that game. 30 of those hours is you grinding.
Yeah. I was grinding story, and I'm doing the side quests. My character's a level 70. I still got to get to 99 because I'm going for the platinum. So I got to get all my characters to 99. I still got to finish the story, and then even when I finish the story, there's still the post game story where where I got to really get the true ending. Then I got to do the trials.
Yeah.
Then I got to do like I'm easily
That's what
gonna
I'm saying.
get like
And the
140
thing is,
hours in
a
this
lot
game.
of these people, they're not doing the secret bosses. They're not doing these other the Coliseum.
They not even doing none of the side
They're not doing that
missions.
stuff. Yeah,
That's
they're
the
not
problem
doing
with
that.
these people. They like a lot of these people complaining. They complain about games being too long because they gotta work. They got a girl. They getting pussy. They doing like they always complaining about that stuff. But now you mad that a game is X amount of hours. Like, make up your mind.
Bro,
and then you
original
skip
Final
through
Fantasy
stuff.
VII, the original Final Fantasy VII, Midgar, on average is
5
like
hours.
5 hours.
Yep.
5 hours.
You know what I mean? You're spending abundance of time, getting to explore Midgar, getting to character development with all these other characters, seeing more of Avalanche. There's a lot of things that they added just within that to expand the story of Final Fantasy VII. But people are complaining about that, and like I said, those people are rushing through it. Many of the reviews I've listened to and I've read, they said that they have played the game throughout so they can get the review up. That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But my bad. Go ahead.
All right. So here's the thing. Yeah, I just brought up all the points. A lot of these people who finish it in 30 hours, 35 hours, literally just rush through the story, right? And people don't understand, if it's 30 to 35 hours just for the story alone, that's a long game, especially a game to this high quality, right? And an action-based RPG to this high quality. You know what I mean? Where you have multiple characters. They're saying that the game has I forgot who was it, Young Yeah or Skill Up. They're saying that that they were surprised by the amount of bosses that are in this game. They said the game has a lot of bosses. You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of secret bosses and secret shit you
right,
can do.
Right. I follow a lot of people on Twitter, right, who's had the game for about a week now, right? And I've been seeing the different amount of hours and stuff like that. I even got some screenshots, right? The fastest person I've seen was, he said that he beat the game in like 29, 30 hours, but he literally said in that tweet, I did none of the side stuff. Like, he literally said it. He said, I did no side missions or no extra stuff. I just went through the story from start to finish, and I beat the game in 30 hours, right? Then there's this other chick who was like, she said that I beat the game on easy, right? She did it on easy, and it took her 41 hours, and she didn't do everything, right? She didn't do all the side missions or anything like that. Then I seen this other chick who's been playing it on normal. She has been doing everything, right? And she's clocked in at 60 hours, right? So it's all gonna depend on, if you're just gonna go through the story and just rush it, yeah, you can probably beat it in 30, 35 hours and stuff like that. But a player like me who is actually gonna do everything, talk to freaking every NPCs, do as much, side content as there is, you know what I mean? Try to max out on the mini games, try to max
Do the
out
battle
all the
reports, everything.
right. Yeah, the battle reports, try to max out all the material, which I hear that the game has pretty much most of the material of the original full game. Like, they're saying that the amount of material in this game, like, some people were surprised that they even had this much of material in this. You know what I mean? So maxing out the material.
They added like a bunch of new materials too, so it's like it might be like the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, maxing out on the materials. On top of that, maxing out each weapon that you're gonna get.
Exactly.
Every specific weapon in this game, each has a skill tree that you put points into, and you unlock new skills.
And
You know
the
what I mean?
characters itself, you got four characters that you're playing that you got to max out their weapons and their material.
Right. On top of that, the chick told me there's post-game content. On top of that, when you beat the game, there's new game
Hard
plus
mode.
and a hard mode,
which I'm going through. I'm playing that.
unlocked.
Yeah.
And somebody had said something on Twitter. I cannot confirm this because I haven't seen anybody saying this, so I don't know if he's true or not. But somebody said that that the hard mode isn't just the enemies being harder, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's what his words. He's like the hard mode isn't just about the enemies being harder. That's all I'm gonna say. So I don't know what other extra stuff is in the hard mode. And then you also got to remember this game just came out, so I'm pretty sure people have missed some secret bosses. I'm pretty sure people have missed some quests that wasn't on the quest board or wasn't on their, you know what I mean, journals or
Heck,
whatever.
even
You
miss
know,
materia that that you
yeah,
probably
Secret
have
even
to
material
missed
search
stuff.
for.
material and
Yo,
stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you
So
how, because with Dragon Quest 11, right? This game is so layered, bro. I was even amazed at how deep this game is, man. When I tell you that this game has so much you can do, like this game has, this it's crazy how much shit you can do in this game. Going to coming from Final Fantasy, and looking, just look at the very. I'm on the website. I don't know if you guys watching the stream. The very first Final Fantasy to ever be created and come out. The story was 17 hours and completionist was 35. I mean,
no, well, most Final Fantasy like 6, 7, 8, and 9 and stuff. If you look at all their basic average hours to complete, they range around
40.
35 to 40 hours. And
Yeah.
on top of that, right, Chrono Trigger, one of the great top 3 best JRPGs of all times, right?
That's a fact.
Chrono Trigger,
Let's go to Chrono
amazing game. Average time is 22 hours, and everybody says that that's one of the best. So
Trigger.
it's like
23 hours. Yep.
yeah, 23.
Completionist
23
is
hours.
45 hours, 45 and a half hours. And
Exactly.
I'm not saying this to justify anything. I'm saying this to let you guys know that play a game, like, and I'm sure Chris and everyone here, honestly, not just Chris and Barry, but I know how I am as a gamer, and I know how Barry is. When I tell you that I'm not just doing story in this, I'm looking at the street. I'm taking pictures of Midgar. I'm looking at everything while I'm playing this game, man. Like, I'm easily getting 60, 70 hours out of this game.
I just put 90 hours in Neo 2.
Yeah, I'm
Just,
easily
you know what I mean?
taking
I just put 90
pictures.
hours in, and I'm glad you brought up games like Dragon Quest 11 and Persona 5, right? Because and some people were bringing them up, and also games like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, right? In comparison to the length of this game. This is what people need to understand, right? Those games are great, right? Persona 5, Dragon Quest, Xenoblade, right? Not Xenoblade 2. I didn't really like that one, but the first Xenoblade. Those games are amazing games, right? But you got to understand, those games for the most, well, not Xenoblade, but like Dragon Quest and Persona 5 are turn-based RPG. Now, if you compare it to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, this is a hybrid action RPG. Now, if you look at the level of quality with the animations that you're doing within those actions, the animations of the enemies, and all that stuff like that, it's easier to pad out turn-based JRPGs, is because all of the resources and stuff like that are not going into animating the characters and the enemies as far as moving around the battlefield. You know what I mean? Not to this level, not to the high quality level of like a Final Fantasy VII. So if you're expecting like a super high quality action, a hybrid RPG system that's very, very deep, right? Because all the reviews that I've been watching said that there was, some of them were blown, like some of them didn't even play the original Final Fantasy, but some of them were blown away with the level of depth and variety and combinations you can do with your materia and your swords and stuff like that, right? If you expecting like a minimum like 100-hour stories and have the level of quality, like that would take way too long. This game wouldn't have came out this year. This game would come out freaking like another 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? So, which is one of the reasons why I had to be split up. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into that because I got a lot to say about that. Because a lot of people are catching L's who were about to, they're splitting. Yo, a lot of people are catching
Bro,
L's.
you know why I'm tired of talking about that? Because you've talked about it, Chris. Barry has talked about it till he's blue in the face on all his streams, talking about the live, talking about the trailers and stuff like that and all the news for like a year. I've said it. The developers themselves have said it.
Yeah, very transparent.
They've been very transparent, letting you, because people are stuck on the fact that Midgar in the original game is such a small section that they feel like what the developers are doing is just caking stuff on for the sake of it instead of it being an actually cohesive story being told here. And the developers themselves had said what they're doing with this Final Fantasy remake as a whole is expanding on all the characters and really trying to flesh out a lot of characters that didn't get a lot of shine. And they're also trying to add new storylines and tie in old storylines. Like, they're doing everything with this game. Like, this is a complete retelling while still maintaining what makes Final Fantasy great. They said this.
Yeah.
Why?
This is a massive. Yeah. This is a massive expansion of the FF7 universe, and they've been saying from the beginning. I know, like me and Barry, we've been telling people this whole freaking time that that each part in this series is going to be a full standalone game. It's going to have a beginning and a middle and an end. And I've been saying this forever. I've been using this analogy forever. You guys, Barry, it's like a Star Wars or Lord of the Rings trilogy, right? Where it's like, you have the movie, right? It has its own story, but the bigger overall story, you know what I mean? You have to watch. You got to watch, episode 1, 2, and 3 to get the whole story. But nobody complains that episode 1 is not a full story or full length movie on its own, right? And then watching the reviews, GameSpot said it, right, which gave it a 10 out of 10, which is hard from that site. Kind of funny, right? I watched them review it, and the dude asked Greg Miller and the other guy, the new guy, I think his name's like Blessing or whatever. They never played the original Final Fantasy VII, but he asked them, he's like, does this feel like a full complete game? And they said, yes, it has a beginning, middle, and an end, right? And then I've been telling people this, that, it's not going to be exactly how the original was. They're going to change stuff up, and they're going to add more to the story. And from what I've been hearing, I haven't been spoiled on this, and I haven't watched the last trailer, so maybe, Barry and you might get the what they're talking about. But they say that there's a big twist at the end that's going to throw a lot of people off. Now, there was a
I can tell already. I can tell already.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to know more than that, but that goes in line with about a couple weeks ago, right? And I kept showing people this, right? Even before I heard this in the review, I showed people this, right? When they kept saying, they could have done the game. It was like, this is not the same game. They're adding more. So, like, the co-developer literally says, he said, he knows what fans are eager to see what comes. He's like, what comes next, but he said something more along the lines like, fans are gonna be surprised even if they think they know what comes next. Pretty much hinting that there's gonna be directions and twists and surprises that even me as a fan was gonna be like, oh shit, like I didn't even know that this was gonna happen. You know what I mean? So it's not the same.
You know what's funny though? One of the most greatest, not greatest RPGs, but one of the most popular RPGs ever to come out, Pokemon. 30 hours, 30 hours, 25 hours, 22 hours, 29 hours.
Pokemon quicker than
like
15
hours, yeah.
Dark Souls. You can hop the fence and beat the game in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can speed run there. Yeah.
And people praise these games.
You know what's funny is I could tell already that there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in here. But reading, especially the reviewers that gave this game a 60 and 70, I'm reading their reviews and they're like, oh, the late chapters we didn't understand really what's going on. Maybe you have to be a Final Fantasy purist and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you could just go pay attention to the game. A lot of people don't really pay attention when it comes to RPGs, where they ignore the glossary, they ignore the enemy, I forgot the material they call, but it's sense material, right? But I think it's called I forgot what the sense material is called, but what was that?
Sense material?
No, they have it.
No.
They have a new name for the sense material in
I think it's called Assess.
Oh yeah, Assess. Yeah, right. That gives you like the monster detail and all that stuff, giving the how weaknesses and all that stuff that's going on. They saying that they didn't really understand Sephiroth. So the main ones that had the bad review, they're like, oh, we don't understand Sephiroth, and it just got a little confusing at the end chapters. That's probably for like the more Final Fantasy fan. And I'm just like, yo, play the game and understand it. Stop rushing through the game and get to know the characters. I'm pretty sure they lose the Sephiroth pretty early and they break down Sephiroth and all that stuff in the game, but people don't want to
Yeah.
pay attention. They just want to zip through, zip through, zip through. Let me put this review up on Metacritic. You
And
know
not
what I mean?
only,
Like, pay
yeah,
attention.
But see, that's
and not
why I
only
feel
that,
like these reviews, man, are so disingenuous, and this is why I tell people go into games with your own experience, man. Like really,
yes,
your experience. I'm telling you guys, I understand some of you guys, not to get personal. I understand some of you guys may not be able to buy every game that comes out. I understand that, so sometimes you may look to your friends or people on the internet or whatever to see if it's worth buying.
Fuck that. Get a
But
new hobby.
I was trying to come at it in a nice way, but anyway, so I'm telling you guys, your experience is what matters most when it comes to these games. I promise you, your experience is what matters. Yours, nobody else's. Play the games, play to enjoy them.
At the end of the day, a lot of people are salty that a game that they didn't play originally is changing up. I don't understand that as the slightest bit. People telling I asked this question on Twitter to this guy because Kofi he added me on Twitter with the whole review stuff, and here comes this guy with his agenda. He's like, yeah, see, this is what happens when you don't add the full game. It's not the full experience. So I asked him, I say, yo, is Final Fantasy VII, the original game, the full experience of Final Fantasy VII? You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, yeah, of course. I'm like, then I asked him, like, did you play the
yeah,
original game? He was like, nope. I was like, I said, get the fuck off my Twitter, bro. Because Final Fantasy VII, yes, is a complete game, just like this game, but it is not the overall full experience of Final Fantasy VII. It is not. That is not damage
You gotta
control, how
do
everybody want to
crisis
put
core.
it. That's the new word that everybody likes to say. Oh, damage control, you're reaching. It's not a reach. It is fact. It is not the complete. Yo, they already. That's how I know a lot of people, they don't really read like the developer comments and the developer interviews because Zach Fair, he was already in the pipeline for a game. They just wanted the technology. They just pretty much waited for the Vita to really put out that game. But Zach, they really wanted to flesh out Zach from the beginning of the game, but due to technical limits, that's why
yeah.
that game got split up
Mm-hmm.
into
Yuffie and
Crisis Core.
Vincent didn't. Yuffie and Vincent almost didn't make it. That's why they were optional because
That's
they
why it was
couldn't make.
optional. Exactly. But they don't follow the game, Chris. They're not fans of the game. They just put these things out in Twitter. What is this? I got questions. Follow the game. I've been telling people
Yeah.
for the
Do
longest.
research, read.
Follow the game. Do your
Do
research.
research. Yeah.
All the questions that
Watch
you have
people's
want
videos.
is there. It's there. You know what I
Go
mean?
to.
Like,
Yeah.
and then the people that are true fans that's telling you the actual information, they're telling you that you're damage controlling and you're reaching. How am I reaching for a game that I complete 100% like millions of times before? How am I?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I've completed this game from left to right on PlayStation, on PC, on the Vita when it re-released, the PSP when it re-released. I've completed this game 100%. PS4, 100%. And I'm telling you, the original game is not the full experience of Final Fantasy VII. Because there's other games, there's other
Yeah.
lore, there's other stuff that's there. But I'm reaching and damage controlling.
That's why they
What
came out with
people,
that's why they came out with the compilation
yeah,
because there were stuff in the original game that wasn't fully explained, that you know what I mean, that had plot holes in it, that were, some of it was confusing. So with the
exactly.
later stuff like the compilation, like Crisis Core, Before Crisis, you know what I mean, Advent Children and Dirge, they explain more things to flesh out more of the
And
story and the
that's
backstory
what
and
they
lore.
doing
And
with
when
this
you look up
remake.
Final
That's
Fantasy
what they doing
VII,
with this remake, Chris. That's what they pretty much doing. They're like, yo, we're taking the compilation and we're putting it in one package. Well, they're not taking the full compilation stuff. 'Cause I doubt that they're going into the Turks back history and all that stuff. They might, I don't know, but you know what I
They
mean?
could they could later. They could later because I mean, but like I said, there's gonna be crazy twists and turns, so we don't know like the full direction that they're gonna, at least to I get to the end of this game. I'm excited that that Square Enix is like, yo, we're gonna switch it up. Yo, I'm super excited about that and to find out to see what goes on. Yeah, but as far as the Turks, I mean, remember in Wutai when you do the Yuffie storyline, remember the Turks ends
Hmm.
up helping you. You know what I mean? The
Yep.
Turks ends up helping you and stuff like that, or like when you go back to Midgar and the Turks meet you in like in the train, you have an option to
Yeah,
fight
because
them or not
they
fight them.
get like, Oh yeah, yep. And
Yes.
I hope they added stuff like into the game. I know they're not gonna have to do this. Like, wait, when you go to what's it called, Jengeka, where the submarine ship, and you
Yeah.
fight Rude in there, and you can steal his
Oh
his
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
that's
the
like
Benton submarine.
the
Yeah.
best accessory in the game. What, like one of the best accessories? I hope they add that stuff. But yo, Persona, I'm about to get off of here because this thing about to die, and I'm about to finish cooking the food. But
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Appreciate you coming through, bro, man. Make sure you guys check out J Barry channel, man. I'm
Yeah.
sure he gonna do his own speak from the heart on the controller and everything, and especially before Friday, because once Friday come, he's gone. So,
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
likewise. So I'm glad they came out with this news now. So shout out to Barry. Um, Dragon Sword, Sarge, y'all got any thoughts on this whole Final Fantasy length debacle? What's your thoughts, man?
It's not even really a debacle. It's just people overdoing everything as usual. Because hold on.
Okay, Dragon Sword. What about you?
I mean, it would have been nice to see the main story go for a 40 to 60 hour, like compared to other JRPGs. But it's still like enough from what like I'm hearing, and like pretty much. I mean, yeah, there's really not much to say.
Are you both getting? Are you getting the game Dragon Sword Friday?
Really, yeah, I'm still like I did look at some things, and I'm just waiting until the full explanation comes in to really just you know spread out as far as like
He already
the whole
spoiled
like
himself.
logic as far as yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You also got
Especially like the
to
last like yeah.
Yeah.
you also got to remember this. People have been hating on this remake from like damn near the beginning,
Yeah.
right?
For a
So
while.
From the
yeah,
jump,
so people, so yeah, from the jump, they've been hating on this remake. So there's like like an agenda out there to like tarnish, the remake because people think that Square Enix is ripping people off. That they're just splitting the game and they're gonna charge you $60. I mean, and calling it episodic, and they think it's a rip off and stuff like that. But it's not because like what the reviewers have been saying, it feels like a full complete game. You're going to
Yeah.
get 40, 50, 60 hours, right? If you actually play the game. You know what I mean? And actually see what the game has to offer. On top of that, another playthrough with New Game Plus in hard mode. You know what I mean? Which I hear that they ramp up the difficulty crazy. And people are already saying that some of the bosses in this game on normal mode they're freaking, you know what I mean, like are ridiculous. Some of them go on for a very long time, which I'm excited about. Matter of fact, that was some of the people complaining. They're like, "Yo, some of these bosses are just like too long." It's like, bro, like that's a good
It's
thing
a
for
real
me. Like,
time turn
you
based
know what I mean?
game. Like it's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
traditional action
So,
game, yeah.
so,
now,
so people have
uh,
been hating on this game, and people have, and they're getting exposed because everything that they've been saying, it's not a full game. It's not a complete game. It's not, you know what I mean? It's this, and that. They're getting exposed because the people who are playing the game are being like, yo, even Jason Schreier, right? Even Jason Schreier was very vocal, and I only using him up as an example. Not that I really care about his opinion, but he
Yeah.
was very vocal and very pessimistic on Twitter about the game being split up. He had a negative thought process about it. He didn't like it, right? He played the game, he beat the game, and he was like, whoa, like now he changed his tune. It's like, okay, now I see what they're going for. You know what I mean? Now this gives me hope for the future titles, and I want to see this played out. So you had somebody, a prime example of somebody who was saying all these things, like a lot of people are saying, right? Now he completely switched up as soon as he played it.
Yo,
That's why you
listen.
got to play the game for yourself.
When the game come out, man, I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad PlayStation put out the controller now. Cause when Final Fantasy come out, I'm telling you, all y'all gonna see is me posting screenshots of like different scenery and stuff on Final Fantasy. I promise, man. I'm going for at least 2 weeks to a month.
hey, but Persona, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, my mic cut out. I had to walk in the kitchen.
Oh,
But
you good? You good?
what I was gonna say about the whole so-called debacle, it's not even really a debacle because like I know Chris was bringing up Persona 5 and you brought up Persona 5, and everybody wants to put that as the standard for JRPGs. Y'all gotta understand something about Persona. Persona is longer than what it needs to be just off the whole social aspect and the
I
fact
agree.
that it lets you go and say, hey, you need to go grind. It literally tells you, go grind.
Yeah, in Memento. You gotta go to Memento to grind.
It's literally a
and you
place
even timed on that. You can't even grind in Memento for too long. They fought because the one hit demon comes after you after a while, and you gotta leave.
So I'm like, it's a game that literally says, okay, if you want to do well, you gotta go grind, which most JRPGs have that. But with Persona, and it's not a bad thing, it's literally like you gotta balance the whole life aspect and then the grinding aspect. It's like, okay, tonight I'm not gonna hang out with y'all, but hey, let's go to Memento and go grind for a couple hours. Go do that, level up some. So yeah, of course that game is gonna be stretched out. And then you got, like Final Fantasy VII with what they're doing. Of course, I've seen the ending, not saying anything. I see why everybody's shook right now. But it's like with what they're doing, it
you
needs
seen the
to be
ending
done
to Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yes.
Ah, Jesus.
And that's the thing. I ain't gonna say nothing. But here's the thing. I'm under the impression I'm gonna play the game anyway. So even if I know how it ends, I'm still gonna play it just to get that experience. But now since I know how it ended, I see why they did it like this, because they are totally just blowing everything out the water.
They pulling out all the stops. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they pulling out all the stops with this.
Okay.
So
don't tell me nothing else, because I already got my theories.
Yeah.
I already got my theories.
You get a gummy later, okay? But
I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just gonna wait till it happens.
Yo, Friday can't get here. My package supposed to be here Thursday. I hope it comes.
Look, I'm telling y'all, don't think about it, because it just popped up on my YouTube feed, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play regardless, because that's how I am. Even if I know the end, I'm still gonna watch it.
I tried not to watch the final trailer, and I cracked. I was like, I don't want to watch it. I can't watch it. And then I was like,
I can't do that, man. I can't watch the ending.
Yo, Chris, honestly, don't, because the end of the trailer is gonna have you like. Just don't watch it. Don't watch it.
I want everybody to really think back to every single JRPG they have played in their life, and just think about the average length of most of them. Most of them are not that entirely long, over the 30 to 40 hours.
Yeah.
Funny enough, now that I'm thinking back, the longest time I've ever spent on an RPG, I think it was Final Fantasy 12. I'm not even kidding. Final Fantasy 12
that's the longest one.
Yeah, I spent a long time on Final Fantasy 12. But I'm thinking back to like even Suikoden, Legend of Dragoon. I put a lot of time into those, but I don't know. I feel like when I think about the longest I spent in an RPG, Final Fantasy 12 is like the first game that comes to mind, because I put like 100 something hours into this game, man. When I back on PS2, like I really know life this game. Even Dot Hack, because Dot Hack was like super grindy too.
Yeah, really grindy. Let me ask you something. This, did y'all see anybody complain about the length of Final Fantasy 15 when the story is like 25 to 30 hours?
Yo, no, don't give it no 30. Don't give it no 30, Chris. That story is 25 hours at best.
Okay, but did y'all see anybody complain about the length about the story?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
And that game was trash.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Super short.
25 to 30 hours. I'm just saying. I'm just giving a leeway. 25 to 30 hours.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3 was.
Kingdom Hearts 3. That was like if you look at how long to beat it, I think it says like 28 hours or something like that. So I'm giving it 25 to 30 hours, give or take.
Let me see. Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, 28 hours. 28.
Yeah. Did y'all see anybody complain about the length and that it was a short game?
And yo, Kingdom Hearts is. Yo, y'all want to talk about Final Fantasy VII having broken up parts with Dirge and Crisis Core and Avid Children? Yo, Kingdom Hearts is the king of splits. Yeah. Bro, listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, it's not obviously not this gen, but maybe like towards like the end of next gen or sometime in next gen, they do a remake of Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and have like port over 3, but remake 1 and 2, and have Dream Drop and all that stuff that happened. And I'm telling you, I see what Square doing. If they do it right, they can really make some big money.
Yeah,
but they got to do
already
it.
Kingdom I think pretty much it's pretty much confirmed, all but confirmed that Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna be
Yeah, it's
coming
coming.
too.
It's coming. But yo, like Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep, Chain of Memories, 38 over was it 52? Yeah, 30 over 52.
385.
Oh, 385, yeah. 2.8, which is final chapter prologue. Oh, it is 38 38 yeah, 358 over 2. Yeah, 358 over 2. Recoded. Yo, like 0.2 Birth by Sleep. Like it's ridiculous how many Final Fantasy games there are. There's a lot. Following that story it's hell. Okay? You got to be a true fan, okay, to really explain the story of Kingdom Hearts. Cuz I mean,
yeah, you got to pay attention. Yeah.
You got to pay attention cuz it's Xehanort, Xemnas, you got Kyrie, you got what's
all
the name?
different worlds like and parallel.
Listen, it's listen, okay. Ventus and then Ventus and then Vanitas and then listen. Roxas, you gotta really, Roxas and so Roxas. What makes Roxas so special? I mean, what makes Sora so special? Oh, cause Sora can hold more than one heart, and he's the vessel for Ventus and Roxas's heart. Well, why does he have Roxas's heart? Well, he has Roxas's heart because Roxas was part of Organization 13. Because listen, it's very confusing. Wait, Axel's good since when? Like it's very very confusing. So,
what up, Sick?
Look at Final Fantasy VII as
what's up, one
easy. Yo, is that Final? Is that I was about to say? Is that Final Fantasy? Is that my boy Sick in the building? Yo, Sick, what's good, bro?
Man, look, I'm on break right now, so
hey,
I had to pop in.
I appreciate you coming through, man. Damn. Make sure y'all check out my boy Sick channel, man. Right? Yo, talent. He puts out some quality content. What happened with
what? What happened?
With what?
Nigga, I turned on the internet and the internet is just broken today, dog. I'm like, what the fuck?
What I tell you, man? Don't underestimate the power of PlayStation.
But niggas told me that Xbox was having the inside Xbox. I turned on the internet, nigga.
It's PlayStation. Yo, they are petty. Yo, the kings of petty, bro. Right before the inside Xbox.
Yo, this nigga Ryan McCaffrey fanboy, nigga. Like,
yo,
this nigga is wild.
Bro, he got a cap for the Xbox because he just had that interview with Phil Spencer. You know he had the cap, man. Come on.
Nah, man, something ain't right with that boy, man. He's starting to look like like the shit he be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how you go from talking about fanboys to literally being one. He wants Xbox. Listen, here's the problem. I have no problems, no issues with Xbox doing well. I really don't. But they are trying to manipulate perception of the Xbox. That's the part that kind of throws me for a loop. I'm like, bro, you're not as a media outlet. You are not supposed to parade around here like you are a fanboy. You are supposed to play like you're unbiased. These niggas ain't even playing no more.
Yeah.
They ain't even playing no more. It's flat out, nigga. We fanboys, nigga. What's up? Nigga, we rooting for the Xbox, nigga. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I feel sorry for Xbox, dog, because that's the reason why they can't win. They're not legitimately good.
Yeah.
It needs for PlayStation to be bad for Xbox to be good.
But it's crazy how it's crazy that this is a nothing ass day. Like I was just at work, obviously working from home, but I just happened to look at my phone and my energy was at a 100 as soon as I see the controller.
Wait, Persona. I'm going to use one of the good old Street Fighter movie lines from Raul Julia. For you, it was the worst day of your life. But for me, it was just a Tuesday.
You know what's amazing though, guys? I'm gonna tell y'all something that's truly fucking amazing about this. It is great. I see that they're comparing the PlayStation controller, the new one, to the Xbox controller, which means they loving the way this new PlayStation controller look.
It looked good, man. I can't front. Like
No,
it's
I'm just saying, as an Xbox fan, you can't even say it's ugly because then you'll be saying that that the Xbox is ugly.
oh yeah,
Pretty,
yeah.
pretty
You
much.
paint yourself into a corner then, man. But it's
So
crazy.
now,
Go ahead, no,
so
go ahead.
now, here's the way it's flipping. It's flipping to, oh man, Sony copied it, nigga. You got a whole goddamn share button on your controller because of Sony, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yo, it's crazy, man. Like even the
I don't think it
even how
looks
they
like it though. I don't think it looks like an Xbox
no, I
controller,
think
though.
because it's such a close-up picture, I think people are
Well,
giving it back. I mean, it definitely looks a little bit bigger though. Like I'm not gonna say it doesn't.
no, and that was people's problem. Look, I always was one of those people who say Sony don't be listening, right? First of all, them niggas definitely be listening because I have definitely said that Sony need to put a goddamn mic in the goddamn controller so you ain't got to put on a headset every time you want to talk to somebody on PlayStation. Because some people just like to have their TV going. And for all those people who thinking like, yo, how the fuck is that going to work? Isn't it going to bleed into the mic? No, they have something called noise cancellation where it's not going to bleed unless somebody got their TV turned up like super fucking loud. Then I can see that being an issue. But for the most part, niggas don't have their TVs turned up like that. But I think it is great if you just want to jump in a party chat. Let's say you're not even playing a game, you just want to jump in a party chat. I think that works perfect for people who don't want to, go and put on a headset and have to charge a headset and all of that good shit. I did see a button on the back of that motherfucker though. Like that, I don't understand that. I don't know what the fuck that is. Do anybody know what that is?
Button on the back.
Yeah, there was like a button with a mic and I'm thinking that it's a mute button.
Oh yeah,
I
at
could
the
be
bottom.
wrong.
Yeah, that's a mute.
right at
Yeah,
the
that's a
bottom.
mute.
Yeah,
That's a mute.
is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a mute button.
And yeah, I had the same, like you see the one right there, like next to Dragon Sword. It had that same symbol.
Ah, okay.
That
See,
mute, the mic and the mute.
Yeah, that's a mute button.
one of the things that I thought about honestly is I was like, oh shit, they added a microphone. I'm waiting for the conspiracy theorists to come talking about
Yo.
spying and shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
was waiting for that because as soon as they would have came, let me tell you who beat me to the punch. You know that nigga Z Huge?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah,
He beat me to the punch. He beat me to the punch. I was like, damn, nigga, don't you got a smartphone on you?
Not only that, but yo, wasn't people excited for the Xbox One, original OG Xbox One with the Kinect? It was always listening to you and all that shit. Man, stop it, man.
Well, no,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
PlayStation
yeah.
camera has had a mic forever,
Yep,
my
yeah, they
nigga.
do. Yeah, they do.
Believe it or not. Listen, we in a day and age, if you truly worried about your privacy, my nigga, you might as well just throw all of your technology out the door, my nigga.
Facts.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, your phone can be accessed by any federal agency at any given time, my nigga. And this is a provision that is put into the contracts with the phone companies, my boy. Like they can't even do business if they not willing to abide by those contracts. That's the reason why Apple wanted to fight it so hard. But nigga, they all cave. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they all cave, bruh. So unless you around here selling drugs, my nigga, you might want to stick with the Xbox. I ain't gonna even lie to you. If that means that much to you, my nigga. Because I know some of y'all like Duracell batteries as well. You know how that goes.
But any last thoughts, guys, before we get up out of here?
Niggas is mad that Final Fantasy ain't on other platforms. I've seen niggas begging for Quantum Error on the low, begging the developer, asking them, is this gonna come to the Xbox? You know what I'm saying? I thought it looked trash. Now you want to know if it's coming to the Xbox? All right, cool. Shout out to Sony for just killing Microsoft dreams. I don't know how this even fucking happens, but something as small, as minute as a controller reveal is just absolutely nuts that they literally take all the air out of an entire show of content. As a matter of fact, did anybody even know that Inside Xbox was today?
Yeah, I
knew
knew
it was today, but I did
I
not
didn't
pay attention to it.
Nah, I ain't paying attention
See,
to it.
that's the thing.
It was trash.
I stopped watching Inside Xbox because that shit was always dumb boring, and they have niggas I don't give a fuck about always talking about shit that I don't care about. And if they have another motherfucker come on there and talk about Sea of Thieves, I'd be ready to punch that motherfucker in his goddamn head, dog. I just don't understand it, bro. Like, nigga, that shit is trash, bro. Like, it is what it is. But shout out to PlayStation, man. Look, PlayStation coming with that. They coming with that heat, my nigga. So now Microsoft gonna have to try and do a revision to their controller, to get that mic in there. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit in time. Get one out there for launch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Y'all about to go and spend what, $150 on that Elite controller, nigga?
I'm good.
Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. Hey, I ain't gonna even lie. I'm a clown when I get off work tonight, bro.
Oh, yo,
I
I'm gonna
am
be
gonna
watching.
clown, my
I'm
nigga.
gonna be watching. I can't wait. Trust me.
I am going clown because I've been watching this shit and I just been laughing. Nigga, I'm sitting in the cut like, and I'm just listening to all the damage control, bro, and it's just glorious. Oh, I know y'all trying to get up out of here. Plus, I need to get up out of here too. But I'm talking about that Crytek engineer tonight because I see a lot of people trying to spin that.
Yeah.
I see it.
Just because he retracted, don't mean it ain't true.
He didn't retract shit.
No, he didn't track the publication retracted.
Right,
but
the publication taking something down does not mean that what he said wasn't true.
Yeah, I think they took it down because it's a conflict of interest or favoritism or some bullshit like that.
It's not a conflict. It's not a conflict of interest. It's more than likely because of NDAs. Simply because he was talking about the inner workings of the systems, and they're not even out yet.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
He slipped up though. It's out there now.
No. That's why as soon as I saw that, because Mr. Twister, shout out to Mr. Twister, he tagged me in that. I did a video right after that because I knew eventually it was gonna get taken down, and I was like, I want to at least make sure that I have this shit cataloged. Yeah. So the video is up, nigga. They can't take my shit down because I don't give a fuck about them or they NDA. They could suck my dick.
Yeah. Chris, any last thoughts before we get up out of here about anything we talked about?
Yeah, man. The controller looks very, very good. I was very, impressed with how it looks right from the beginning. Definitely digging that two-tone color, spice it up a bit. I'm glad that, Sony decided to go a different direction with it and change up the model because we've been having the Dual Shock, since the PS1, that same look. You know what I mean? Even though I wouldn't have mind if the PS5 was just like the Dual Shock 4 but more refined. But I'm glad that they're switching it up. It has me excited for how the console is gonna look like. The console is probably gonna look mad futuristic and crazy. But you already know people are gonna hate on it no matter what.
Nigga, they got 2 million likes on that shit. Damn near 3 million. What the fuck?
Already, right now on the controller,
bruh. I'm looking at this shit.
On a controller.
Yeah, on a controller, bruh.
Wow. But yeah, man, I was super excited for FF7 Remake coming this Friday. Shout out to everybody who's gonna get that. This shit's gonna be, I already know it's been getting tons of great reviews and stuff like that. Don't pay attention to the hater. People have been hating on this game since the beginning. They're gonna hate on it no matter what. You know what I mean? Because people don't understand exactly what the developers been telling them the whole time. People don't want to believe the developers have been saying that this is a full, complete game. It's a standalone game. You know what I mean? But even with the developers telling them that, they still don't want to hear it. So they're gonna hate on it no matter what. Y'all go ahead and cop that. It's gonna be great. And
come on,
yeah,
Chris. Man. You know what that is. You know what that is, Chris. You know what that is. In your heart of hearts and your soul of soul, bro. You know what that is. If that game would have been released on all platforms, you wouldn't hear none of this shit right now.
That's a fact.
Not a single fucking thing.
Some people still I think some people will still complain about the whole, it's split up. It's not a full game and blah 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 blah. But like we've been saying,
but you knew that before you got the review copy.
Yeah, but we knew from the beginning. They've been saying that that this is a remake. This is more of a reimagining. It's called a remake, but it's more of a reimagining because they can't call it Final Fantasy VII reimagining. They can't market that, so they have to market it as Final Fantasy VII remake.
Well, it's similar to the way they did Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 wasn't a one-to-one to the goddamn game. Like, it wasn't.
Exactly.
If you played the original Resident Evil 2, then you know it wasn't a one-to-one to the game.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is completely different. Even though they have a lot of the same beats to it, some of the same stuff, but the way they did it and the way they changed stuff around and added more stuff to it is different from the original game, and that's exactly what they do. But FF7 is looking like, right, is what they're doing with Resident Evil 2, but it's going to be a lot more than that. A lot more, you know what I mean? Like added to it, changing around and stuff like that. So, it's a full, so yeah, I'm very excited about that, man. But yeah, take it easy.
Yeah, man,
Shit.
definitely. Yo,
If
Court.
PlayStation would have changed that, I'm sorry, dog.
No,
But
go
if
ahead, go
PlayStation
ahead.
would have changed that stick orientation, I would have lost my
I'd
fucking
have been
mind,
pissed.
dog.
Yeah,
I
stay with
hate
how
that
you are.
shit, dog.
Yeah, stay with how
I
you are.
hate that shit with a passion, bro. Like, it's all good, man. I get it. Some of y'all niggas is goofy and don't know how to use a controller in the regular matter, but I can't do it, dog. I don't like that. What do they call it? Is it like asymmetric or
I
whatever?
think it's
I call
asymmetrical.
it off. I call it offset. Some people, but I think it is asymmetric.
Yeah, I'm good on that. But here's the thing, man. I think one of the main things that y'all are missing here is that everything that Mark Cerny said is coming to fruition. He told y'all that he went and talked to developers. He asked the developers what they want. They didn't change this because, oh, they want to be like Microsoft and all of this crazy goofy shit that y'all niggas are saying. They listened to the developer feedback. They listened to what the developer said they were looking for in a controller. That's when they went and added all of this stuff, the haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers, the the now they have a create button. It's gonna be a create button, right? Not a share button.
Yeah, create button.
Yeah, it's called Create.
You know what? I think this shit is gonna be totally different, dog. Because I just feel like what they're doing with the PlayStation, bruh, is they are reinventing the motherfucking wheel with this thing. Y'all think it's gonna be a white PlayStation, bruh? Because I need that black thing.
Well,
It might
no,
be.
well,
It might be two color.
Barry brought up a good point. It's like the indication of how the controller looks is going to be a complement to the console, so the console might be two-tone.
God damn it! I don't know. I can't rock with no white, like no white
They might
systems
have,
like that.
they
Dog.
might have like an all-black one. You know what I mean? They might have like different color variations.
Man, they gotta have that all black, bro. Or at least y'all remember how they used to sell the skins back in the day at GameStop?
Oh
You just
yeah,
go and
that
get
you
the
can.
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the decals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I mean, I
those.
wouldn't mind the all white. I don't really don't. I'm not one of, you know, like all black is fine, and I understand, like, it goes with everything you put in your living room. It doesn't stand out or whatever. But I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind if they switched it up and have a white one or anything like
I
that.
mean, I'm currently using my God of War one, which is
I
gray,
I
so
say
I'm
this.
fine.
Hopefully they give us an option. Like, since we know they have a black version, just all straight black version of the controller, give us an option. It's like you got the black controller with the black console, or you got the two-tone controller with the two-tone console.
I'm probably
That's
gonna
me.
buy the two-tone. If it's a
I
two-tone
mean,
console, I'm buying the
I,
two-tone.
I
Yeah.
I want the two-tone because as soon as I seen it, I was like, I need this motherfucker right
Yeah,
now.
it look nice.
Yeah.
It look fire.
Definitely, I'm
Bro,
definitely
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
be
that
honest,
Oreo,
bro.
look.
Give me that red and black, nigga. I know it's
Yo,
coming.
that red and black fire, man.
Give
That
me
red
red
and
and black, bro.
Facts.
I need that. I need that. Don't do the camouflage shit no more. I hated that shit. I ain't gonna be
Nah, no
lying to
camo.
you.
No camo.
I hated that camo shit.
As soon as I seen that camo controller, I'm like, I'm not buying this. Nope.
Yeah, nah, no camo. No camo. No camo. I'm good.
It's funny.
Like,
All my camo controllers I had, dog, I broke the motherfuckers, dog.
No
Like, cause
camo.
it's just be on some crazy shit, nigga. My controller be sitting on the table. That bitch just slide off by itself and bam. So I just be like, whatever. But
Yeah.
so what do y'all think, man? Y'all enjoyed the inside PlayStation today?
Of course.
Yo, let
I
me
mean,
stop, dog.
Of course.
I mean, when you have a whole event scheduled for the day and nobody pays attention to it, or certain people pay attention to it, but all the attention is on a dang controller, you have an issue.
Yo,
That
that nigga Brian McCaffrey was like, I'm just happy Xbox was mentioned.
Yeah, I gotta read his tweet. I gotta read the whole thing because I only seen part of
He
it.
didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. But
Nah,
he
I'ma
said
read the
something to
tweet,
the
though.
extent of that, dog. He glad
I-
that Xbox is being mentioned.
Yo, he just had an
But I-
interview with Phil Spencer last week. He had to.
He
But
was like, Oh no, go ahead.
I have to say, I definitely have to say, Sony was definitely petty today. Out of all the days, though, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they were like, oh, well, we didn't mean for it to drop on the inside Xbox. It's like, they had literally announced that
You know
the
what's funny?
day before.
I feel like they gonna show the console the day before Xbox does their live E3 event in the summer. I bet you. I bet you.
Bruh,
Either
they
that
mean,
morning
definitely keeping
or
that
the
shit
day
lit.
before. I guarantee it. Because this was calculated, man. This was very, very calculated. I respect it. But yo, Court, give us your final thoughts before we get up out of
Uh, final thoughts. It's gonna be a good week after this. It's gonna be a lot more crying. I'm just waiting on Final Fantasy to come on out. We've been waiting too long, and it's about time to go and get this show on the road. Since I beat Dragon Quest, well, I gotta do that last little epilogue chapter, but beat Dragon Quest 11 over the weekend. So,
Nice.
oh man, I'm just ready to get into some more games. Well, actually, I gotta beat Resident Evil 3 before 7 comes out, because once 7 comes out, I'm shutting everything down.
That's getting on the sale. I'm getting that Resident Evil on the sale in the summer. I'm good.
Which one?
Resident Evil 3.
3?
Yeah, 3. I still got to beat 2 anyway, the remake.
Oh,
But
you didn't
I
beat
mean, my
two?
favorite Resident Evil has always been Code Veronica. So once they do that remake is when I'll get on board.
Look, but people saying, "Oh, we don't need a Veronica remake." The fuck, he don't.
Yo, y'all
Yeah,
out of y'all mind, man. Like these
yeah.
people
They
clearly
didn't even
don't
play
follow.
Veronica.
I was
They
gonna
didn't.
say they don't follow the timeline either. Veronica.
They don't even know that
definitely-
Code. They don't. Most people don't even know that Code Veronica is actually the real Resident Evil 3.
Listen,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
No, do y'all know that? Do y'all know
No,
that?
I knew that.
Yeah, that Code Veronica was officially supposed to be Resident Evil 3, and then Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was supposed to be the spinoff. But
Mhm.
Sony wanted a mainline number Resident Evil, and they paid Capcom for it. So Capcom just decided to call Resident Evil Nemesis Resident Evil 3, and then Resident Evil 3 Code Veronica. So Code Veronica is actually the true sequel to RE2.
I respect it. It's my favorite. So that's when they remake that is when I'll get on board. Until then,
Oh,
I mean
I
RE2,
get up outta
RE2,
here.
yeah. All right, so
Deuces.
RE2 is definitely
Yep.
up there as well, but Code Veronica is definitely number one. I
Right.
wasn't really feeling 3.
But before I really do leave, though, I would like to say, just like with Final Fantasy and everybody talking about, oh, this game isn't long enough for an RPG, and they saying the same thing about Resident Evil. I'm like, Resident Evil games are not long. They never been long. I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell y'all been
they've
playing.
Yeah,
always been
yeah.
5 to 8 hours.
If
Long.
that,
The
shit.
longest, yeah, the longest one was like Resident Evil 4, and before that was Code Veronica. Like that was like
Wasn't
one of the longest.
RE5 pretty long too?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about like after like 1, 2,
After
and 3,
Oh,
after
okay.
all the main
like
Okay.
Resident Evil
traditional,
games.
yeah, like the
Yeah, the traditional
traditional
one.
old school Resident Evils
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah.
always been short.
Yo,
So
Dragon Sword, you got any last thoughts before we get up out of here, bro? You there, Dragon?
Yeah, he's me. I don't know.
Uh-oh. All right. Guys, appreciate y'all coming through. Chris, Sarge, Bari, Sick, Dragon, definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man. Always good to chop it up with you boys, man. For everybody in the chat, man, big shout out to everybody that came through, man. Wavy, Dom P, Jack Move came through. Shout out to my boy Jack Move, that's my boy. Dom P, Jamar, Future Elements, Team Mang Fu, Black Hawk, PS5, Buck, Wrath, El Matador, Reese. Who else came through? A lot of y'all came through, man. Titanfall Princess, OBJ, Vanny Pan. Shout out to my boy Vanny. Support Gaming. Who else came through? Who else? My boy Vic, Trillwave. Appreciate you coming through, bro. J767, Baltimore. Appreciate all y'all coming through, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to my boy, Sick Human TV, and definitely subscribe to my bro, Jay Bari. Definitely. And also make sure you check out Sarge's channel, Stealth Guy Gaming. Chris, you got a channel?
Yeah, but I don't really upload
Oh, you don't know?
nothing
All right,
on
cool.
there.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
You can
Stealth
follow me on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all could
I
just
would
y'all could
say,
just y'all could just follow me on Twitter. It's the
Okay.
same, Chris
Okay.
Righteous.
yeah. And I was gonna say with that channel shout out that Persona just said that's Facebook and Twitch. So just keep me on like that. So
Definitely. And y'all already know my Twitter at Persona Speaks. So definitely, if you haven't followed me already, follow me. And yeah, man, here's the PS5, the best console, the best console. Here's the PlayStation, the best console, the best brand. And I'm about to go play some games. I'll holler at y'all. Peace, peace, peace.